How's it going, everyone? It's Artifact, and today we're going to be making a new cool vital bass, and I've got three kind of main tips and techniques that you can use in the synth. So let's have a quick listen to the loop. So the bass that we're going to be focusing on is this kind of mid bass here, which is called the Shady Boy mid bass, and this is now available on my Patreon. You can go down to my website and check that out and get all my newest vital presets as I upload them. And if you want my older presets, you can also check out my 2021 vital preset pack, which is also full of cool sounds. Anyway, let's get into this patch. I'm going to choose the basic shapes, and we're going to go up to a kind of square wave here. And I'm going to turn up the unison already to 3, so we have a detuned square wave. The phase randomization is on 0. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over to the advanced tab here, and we're going to change the unison mode to minor chord. So we click on this here, and then we already have kind of a chord sound going on, which is going to make it a lot more interesting when we apply our extra effects. And that is going to be done straight away with a chorus. So we're going to go over here to chorus. We're going to set this to freeze mode, so the individual unison voices of the chorus are not moving. And then we're going to start modulating these delays, which is the kind of positioning of these like individual unison notes here. You can see we've got 16 of them, so we want to keep it on 16. And then I've got an LFO2, and we're going to put that onto these two delays so we can fine tune it ourselves. So once we've done that, we're going to go back over to the original basic shapes patch, and we're going to add some effects onto this wavetable. So the ones that I've chosen to use, which are really nice, are the smear. And we're mapping everything to this LFO2, which is just set to half a bar on this sort of tempo triplets. And this smear is just going to bend. And we're going to do a similar thing with the bend setting here. So again, we've gone one step further, and we've got a more interesting kind of growling movement going on now. After that, we're going to introduce our extra oscillators to kind of beef up the sound. So oscillator 2 here, the basic shapes, with the sine wave pitched down sort of 1 octave lower than this kind of mid bass here. And we're just going to ring modulate in a little bit of white noise to get a bit of extra top end going on. And then finally, oscillator 3, it's just a random kind of spectral oscillator that I've chosen, complementing the other two, and that's the acid rock featuring Manix. And this is the harm stretch mode, and we're also frequency modulating from oscillator 2, a small extra layer to the sound. So we have this all going on, and now we're going to go even further to manipulate the kind of rhythm of the sound, and we're going to do this on the advanced tab here. And where we've chosen our minor chord before, we're now going to play with this spectral spread setting here. So listen to what happens when I turn this one up. Got this really nice kind of distorted high-end sound, and actually we're going to go back again now, and we're going to play with this smear mode, which really kind of changes the rhythm of the wavetable, and we're going to listen to what happens when we turn this up. So we're really changing the whole rhythm of the bass at this point in the context of my song. You know, originally like this. We have some groove, but it's not quite as interesting as when I sort of turn this up. You get a really nice kind of funky movement going on in the bass now. And that's all been sort of just done from this smear and the way it's being FM'd and the way we're like changing this spectral spread setting here. So this is a really, really interesting section to play with. And then, you know, with our chorus as well, you know, if we turn it off, we get that kind of mono, kind of almost boring sound, but with this one on, and the way that we've moved these two delay settings, so we're creating a bit of movement in our chorus, but we're doing it with our own LFO on our own rhythm and speed. That's going to make the sound, you know, grooving in the way that we want it to. So once we've done that, we just go on to sort of post-process the sound a little bit more with some extra effects. So I've got a delay with like 1% mix and a really fast kind of ping pong just to give it like a bit of stereo imaging. Distort things a little bit just to saturate them and bring them together. Bit of compression, and we just kind of mix it in to squeeze a bit more out of the sound. Finally, a little bit of phaser filtering. And then a touch of reverb at the end just to polish it all off. If you look over to my kind of effects here, I've just got a decapitator, some wave shaping, and a little bit of filter modulation. But it's just kind of small effects just to bring it out of the synth and, you know, give a bit of post-processing flavor. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial. As I said, this patch is already on my Patreon, so feel free to go down to my website and check that out. And you can grab my older presets as well on there. And I wish you guys a wicked day. I'll be back with some more videos tomorrow. Peace.